Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Friday, June 23rd. It's like, what's today? If you're watching in real time, so I film it a day ahead of time mostly in order to get it out to all the time zones out there. But if you watch it on the day that I put it out, which will be on the 22nd, you can take it that way too. A lot of you follow me daily and I really appreciate it. And so you can follow the readings any way you want to. Also, if you don't follow me regularly and you take it as a random reading, that's a great way also of taking this message, because that really is using the law of attraction to attract you to a reading. So today we have from the Goddesses and Sirens deck. I realized, oh yeah, this is inclusive. I've been on an inclusive series for the month of June, being Pride Month and the month of Juneteenth. So here we have Yamaya, who's hope, Oya, who's power, and Gaia, who's creation. So they're also just saying, I only picked 3 cards, but there was a card that came out that was birth, Hathor, and contentment. So I feel like that's an optional card for some people out there are pregnant or getting pregnant, and there's a certain contentment with that, and your creation has to do with life. But I think for the majority of you, it has to do with your own personal power. So there's hope, there's hope here. In the manifesting world, a lot of people say the word hope is not the most auspicious word. Maybe the auspicious is not the right word. It's not necessarily the most powerful word, because hope sort of lends an air of doubt, maybe not. But in a general sense, I think hope is a good word, because especially when you're in darkness or despair, or you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, hope is a wonderful way to get you to that light, or to get you to the surface, to get you to the next day. So I think hope is very necessary. Now, when you're manifesting something, it's more this power of knowing that it's going to be created, or that it's already there. So power behind your intentions, the power behind your vision, the power behind your thoughts. Your thoughts create what you are and what you have. So be sure to always fall back on the thoughts that you want to, how you want to see of yourself as. If you don't want to see yourself as a certain way, then don't think of yourself that way. If you want to think of yourself as strong and powerful, or beautiful and magnificent, then see yourself like that. Keep telling yourself you're wonderful, you're a goddess, you're magnificent, you're a god, whoever you are out there. The hope is here too for sometimes if you're not sure if you can go on, if you can take that next step, if there is something for you out there, if there is something to achieve. And hope is telling you not to give up, and a wish will be granted. A birth is imminent, and fertility is everywhere. So for some of you, it is actually fertility as in having babies, but for a lot of you, it's the fertility, a seed planted that turns into a beautiful abundance for you. And that's what the seeds are. Kind of surprising, right? When you see a seed, you think, wow, it's just a seed, it's so small. But then you look at a tree and you realize that tree came from something this small, that tree came from that, So it really kind of is awe-inspiring, and I think that is a real sign of hope. There's also, speaking of signs of hope, be aware in nature of all the signs of hope that are trying to get your attention, like rainbows, for instance. A rainbow in the sky is a sign of hope. It was the sign of hope for Noah with his ark. And I mean, I just, as a kid, just remember that story. And after that, just always loving rainbows, thinking that's a promise from God or something. That's a promise, something good is to come. So keep having faith in that. Faith is a little bit stronger than hope. Faith is believing in something when you can't see it. And some people see that as being foolish, like the Fool card, and that's what the Fool card is. And others, people know in their heart that it's not foolish, it's just faith. So Yamaya is sometimes depicted as a mermaid. Here she's got her legs, but she slips between waves, and she's like the mother aspect of the water. And she created the sea and man and woman and sea creature. And she's a very loving goddess who assists women in particular. So you can call upon Yamaya if you need help with creating something, with creation, just like Gaia. She's able to grant wishes. So if you don't feel there's any hope and you need some hope, you're having trouble manifesting something, you can go back to the hopes and wishes aspect of it, if that is easier for you, and then grant your wish, ask your wish, or call upon Yamaya for your wishes, and she will grant your wish. She is a beautiful goddess that has festivals in her honor, and there's little boats that send off these wishes, and then they set off to the water, and the waves send them kind of to the horizon or to the sun, and it sends it out to the universe. So if you're feeling alone, or you're feeling like, is there something, is there a light, is there a horizon, then Yamaya is here to give you hope. But you know what? I feel like there is more than just, once you have the signs come in, and you get past this feeling of hopelessness, and you start to realize that it's there for your taking, then you realize the power wasn't within you all along. It's like your ruby slippers. The power was with you all along. The Oya is all about also change, and that storms will pass, and there's nothing that you have to do specifically, physically, except keep that frame of mind that you have the power. So it's also important not to misuse your power. Once you find it and tap into it, use it for good things. But she's about thunder and lightning, and if you have a situation where you just experience kind of a storm, a real storm, like a thunderstorm, then that could be a sign from Oya showing you that this is the kind of power that you have within, that you can do miracles, you can do things that you never thought you could. And maybe you already know that, and it's a reminder. Remember when you did that and you didn't think you could? You can do these things. You have the power. That she's clearing the way for growth, and she sort of destroys what's not needed. So in order to create your creation, whatever it is, she also is going to clear things away. And that's, something that you might have to do as well. Sometimes destroying, the word destroy sounds so ominous, but really, think about it. When we throw trash away, we're basically destroying things. You're letting it go. You're putting something in the trash. It's as simple as decluttering can be this kind of energy. in visualizing. I feel like Imaya is more of the visualization, and then Oya is more of the energy behind the visualization, the clearing and throwing away and decluttering and refocusing. Some of it is mental, but some of it I think is physical as well, like actually clearing things out. Yeah, so because daily dust is generally a mundane reading, which means your daily habits and ins and out. It could be something simple as that. Waking up feeling a little overwhelmed, and is there a light at the end of this tunnel to all this work that I need to do? And then Oya shows you that you got the power to do it and you can make anything happen. And some of it is visualizing it, but most of it today specifically is getting on your feet and doing some stuff. And so Gaia is talking about how you're bringing upon your creation. You can tap into Mama Gaia anytime. Gaia is a beautiful energy. She is all about the earth. And most of us have a relationship with Gaia, whether we realize it or not, because every day we're creating, and we create in every way. There's no barriers. There's consistent and constant creation on a daily basis. So create in joy, not just because of pressure, but create more deeply and freely and more connected with the earth. So this could be a little bit of, your daily grind. It's fine, we have some habits, we have some things that we like to do in a daily way. It's these habits, these rituals, so to speak, are comforting, but sometimes it's important to step outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes it's important to reassess. Are you just doing it or are you doing it because it means it's something that is leading to something bigger and more important, or that you're actually connecting, or you're actually creating, or you're actually tapping into something higher and more powerful? Gaia, she has a pretty cool story. So her story has to do with all right, I'll start from the beginning. And almost every culture has a creation myth. So it's about the myth of creation, right? And the ancient Greeks were no exception. And they believed that there was nothing at first but primordial whirl of matter. And then this state was called chaos. Then some organizing influences formed and stepped in from chaos. And the first of it was Eros, which is love, and then Gaia, which is earth. Then Gaia gave birth to Uranus, the sky, and Uria, the mountains, and Pontus, the sea. And then Gaia considered Uranus her equal, and they joined together. And then Uranus exploded in joy and love and showered Gaia with stars and rain, and she bore other gods and goddesses and titans, and then it just grew from that. Rhea, her daughter, Kronos, a son, and the Titan, Typhoon, or Typhon. And so she's like the original creator, the earth mother since time began. In certain cultures, we see it that way. I think, a lot of times you hear the word Gaia, and there's even a channel called Gaia, and it's because we're earthlings, it's like we're Gaia-ings. So we definitely are children of Gaia. So because Gaia has become popular goddess in modern spiritual people, and it's not just Greek mythology anymore, it's because people speak of the living earth, they think of it as Gaia. And the way that Gaia is like a living cycle, and it's interconnecting, and it connects us all. Like everything on earth has an energy, and we have an energy, and we connect with it's similar to the song Pocahontas sings. We're connected to every rock and tree and creature, and they all have an energy, and we all are united together. Another side note with Gaia, and you might like to watch the Earthing movie documentary. It's a really good one. I've posted it before, but if you like, I can either put it in the eye or post it again. And it's a really great example of how if we just put our feet, bare feet on the ground, how healing the earth can be to our system, to our bodies, specifically our joints, and help cure inflammation and things like that. So that's a nice thing that the earth does for us, Mama Gaia through the earth. She's like, the expression of creative power. She's the ultimate. So after much work and after finding your power, after seeing a light and being hopeful, then finding your power, then you're really able to create in a mundane way today, possibly just get things done and be very proud of yourself, but also in a big spiritual way too. This particular day can tap you into all kinds of energies in the future whenever you're feeling like something is too insurmountable or overwhelming. Tap into these goddesses and it will get you to creating what you desire. So I hope you like that. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.